What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Listen, child, I want to get into this Brit Eady situation that's going on. I've been meaning to talk about this. Um, Brit Eady from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's a newcomer, and something went down. Okay. It's just unreal. And I didn't want to talk about it because I just didn't want to believe that this type of behavior involved a super successful, um, a beauty queen who I thought had it all and has this beautiful hair salon. And I it just took me forever to even believe that this happened because um, this woman I'm speaking about, Kenya Moore, has been in the industry. She is a veteran. I want to say over 30 years. I mean, she's made appearances on sitcoms. She's gorgeous. I remember I was a young woman when she first came out, and she was Miss USA. But I think she was the first Black Miss USA. I mean, she legend, and a great actress. And then had a has had a beautiful baby girl late in life, um, and you know just went through a lot herself um, in her marriage. I don't know if the divorce was ever resolved yet. I don't know if it's still ongoing. I don't know. The bottom line is I'm trying to get at, because this video really is supposed to be about her. But I believe, like, what what got me is, why would she throw away her bag, her integrity, to stoop so low to show an explicit poster size picture of Brit Eady in such a way. Um, I mean, I can't really say or describe it on this platform, but use your imagination, and it's hard for me to talk about it because, Kenya, you have all these accolades, and you didn't need to do this, and we are in our late age. Um, you have a new business that you were concerned about. She spoke candidly to Kelly, who has a successful chicken and waffle business in Atlanta. Also, a new lady that's this little fun size, cute little short, beautiful woman, who encouraged Kenya and told Kenya, I have your back. Starting a business is, not easy, but you can do it. Don't worry. And at the time, I don't know how Kenya's doing now after this debacle, but Kenya was concerned about, you know, not being successful. And her salon, gorgeous. And I was thinking to myself, Kenya, you're going to win. You always win. I was like, Kelly, like, wait a minute. I've been watching you for years, since I was a young woman. You are going to do, and I'm 50 now. I think we're around the same age, Um, I'm like, girl, you got this, you know? And for her to do this on her grand opening, that's what bothered me. It's like, wait a minute. You're willing to put a woman that you barely know in front of your child's future, your legacy, your, I mean, it just didn't make sense and I didn't want to believe it. I'm still trying to be like, this couldn't have happened. Because how do you go from being afraid of not succeeding, then you have this beautiful grand opening, and then you choose that day? You shouldn't choose any day to do this, but you choose this day to have a picture of your coworker doing something that no one needs to see on your day. Anyways, so enough of that, because every time I think about it, I get upset because I'm like, come on, girl. But I want to read this article from USA Today. It says Real Housewives of Atlanta star Brit Eady sues Bravo over the explicit video, the explicit, photo. Brit Eady's taking Bravo to court over the explicit photo incident that prompted Kenya Moore, Kenya Moore's exit from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Eady has filed a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo, NBC, and the production companies Truly Original and Endemol Shine North America, accusing the defendants of defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false light, um, sexual harassment, and hostile work environment. That's crazy. USA Today has reached out to representatives for Bravo and EBC, Universal, and Eady for comment. The lawsuit centers around an incident featured in an April episode of the reality show in which Moore revealed explicit photos, supposedly of Eady, on poster boards. The moment resulted in Moore being removed from the show, and the episode ended with a disclaimer that based on Kenya's behavior, the decision was made to cease filming with her this season. And I've been hearing murmurs and rumors that they're going to have Kenya back. So I'm like, wow, for the next season. So I don't know if that's true. I'm put a legend on this. Eady says that the photos were not of her, but that the episode falsely suggested they were. The manner in which the episode was aired falsely yet unmistakably implied that the graphic sexual photograph presented by the cast member depicted Eady. The lawsuit said on uh, on information and belief, defendants knew that the photograph did not depict Eady, or at least were reckless or grossly negligent in failing to learn that the photograph did not depict Eady. Now let me stop right there. If you're watching this video, by the way, click the subscribe button and click the bell so you can receive notifications when my videos drop. I have to stop right here for a second because if you guys are watching this season, do you remember a couple episodes back when Brit was having a meltdown at a brunch and she told everyone that that poster has halted her business ventures, her insurance. I think she does insurance, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. But point blank, she says that what happened at Kenya's grand opening of that poster, that the people that she does business with, her consumers, heard about it, and that affected her business. Now Brit is saying that this is the photo is not her. Well, if you're saying that the photo is not you, then how was your business at risk? Does not sound interesting? Catchers, help me out. and newcomers, help me out. Now she's claiming that that was not her on the poster, but yet you said because of this poster that she was on, apparently, allegedly, her businesses caught wind or her consumers caught wind of this. And she was losing business. So I'm a little confused at this. I'm sorry. I'm just now that it's not you, it's kind of it's confusing. Okay? Um where did I leave off at? The lawsuit also alleged that the network refused to show Eady photo before the episode aired. She accused the defendants of contributing to a hostile work environment and subjecting her to unwelcome, offensive, and sexualized behavior and comments based on her gender by requiring her to continue working in an environment in which she had been subjecting to a gendered attack, create an inferior condition or privilege of employment because of her gender. The suit calls for the episode to be removed from the public platforms. And by the way, Kenya Moore is suspended indefinitely. She's off Real Housewives amid for the revenge, I gotta say corn. Revenge corn allegations. You have to fill in that other letter because I'm not allowed to say that word on certain platforms. The same day that Eady's lawsuit was filed, Moore confirmed on X that she would not be taking part in a Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion taping happening on June 5th. Please know I take fully accountability for my actions and deeply apologize to all those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests, and viewers, she said. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. Wow. And also, it's been said allegedly that Brit is not going to be on the reunion either. She refuses to go on there. So that's also. But also, before I go, I want to talk about this past Sunday, child. This past Sunday's episode is, I have to say, it was really interesting. I had put some little notes down. I want to start by saying, what's going on with the Brit and Shamia, their weird energy between each other. It's very strange. Um, Shamia does have passive aggressive issues, you know. And I would have to say, Brit, you could say a lot of things about Brit. I know some people, may say things and, um, don't understand, her sometimes, but she usually likes to deal with things head on. I do get why Shamia was a little annoyed. They are on um this girls trip to Grenada, okay, the island of Grenada, which is absolutely beautiful. It looks like it. Um so, before they left, Shamia had organized um, this charity giveaway for that particular. Let me turn this. Silent this. Sorry. Shamia had. Okay, this is annoying. Um, Shania, she was like, Grenada, had a devastation situation, like a hurricane situation. And she asked all the girls to pitch in and to donate. And then we'll go ahead and ship these out to them. Well, these women on Real Housewives of Atlanta, they be doing their little, um, showing off their cars, their Rolls Royce, They be, looking expensive. And, most of the women have, make good money. Well, Brit showed up to Shamia's house with 2 rolls of paper towel to give. Uh-huh. I'm not lying. She brought a box with her with 2 rolls of, not packs, not 2 packs, 2 rolls of paper towel and something else. I would be livid because it's like, wait a minute, you roll up with a Rolls Royce, you have all these labels on, but you couldn't get packs of paper towel and diapers, and I mean, that wouldn't cost you anything. If you're going to spend money on Birkin bags that are in the thousands, surely you can, at least, as Phaedra Park said, spend 1,000 or more. Which, I mean, I'm with Phaedra on that. Okay, I'm with her on that. So that was just very disappointing. I'm like, girl, and she got offended because they had to bring it up in a very nice, nasty way, though. The way Shamia does things, she doesn't do things head on, straightforward. But I mean, that was just really tacky, Brit, I have to say. Also, um, what was very tacky on that episode is Phaedra mentioning that Charles Oakley. People have been talking about Charles Oakley. Angela, who's a new peach holder. Um, they said that they always talk about her husband, and oh, Charles is a good time. I didn't know he was married, you know, and it's like, I think that's just so tacky to talk about, someone's husband. Speaking of Charles and Angela, now, if you was watching that episode and other episodes with Charles on it, would you say that he just doesn't look happily married? Now, listen, I know that if you're new to a reality show and you are under, a microscope, they're following you around. I get it. You're going to, awkward moments. But Charles, now we almost to the end of the show, the episode, the season. And I don't like that Angela has to get him to show how much she's valued by him, or do you love me? Do you miss me? Because, see, I'm not going to ask no MF in front of millions of people while recording. I would give him the same energy, not call him while you're gone. See, I would, and um, it was, well, I don't know if I would have went on a Grenada trip anyways. Well, actually, if you have a husband that acts the way he does, I think I would have went on a trip on my anniversary. It was her anniversary weekend. Um, and she calls him, and it's like every time he's around her, he just looks annoyed. That bothers me. Angela's not ugly. It's like, now look, Niger. I'm just saying. He just looks like he doesn't like her. And I mean, their chemistry's off. It really is. And that's the way I feel about it. If he doesn't like her, Angela, please move on. I'm not the one to tell anyone to give up, you know, on a marriage. I've been in mine since what, 20 years. We have our ups and downs, but we genuinely love each other. But one thing about me, if my spouse knows this, if you embarrass me where everybody can see it, I'm completely shut down. I don't like to be embarrassed, or to be seen like I'm nothing in front of everyone. And this is millions of people watching us. I, I don't like it behind closed doors if that was to happen, but for everyone, for the world to see, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. I don't like his behavior when it comes to her. I hope they get it together. I wish them well. Beautiful couple. Um, I think I told this on one video. Um, I was blessed to not know him, but I was sitting next to him, um, out in the quad area. It was because he used to go to Virginia Union University. I used to go there. I didn't graduate from there. I was too busy partying in my dumb days where I should have been finishing my education. It's another video. But he was a good-looking man then, and very respectful. I forgot how I was near him. I think he was around my roommate's boyfriend or whatever. He used to play ball. Um, and I think he was still in the NBA during that time. He was just visiting his alma mater because I believe he graduated from VUU. But anyways, nice guy. That was years ago, 1993, 4. Anyways, so you know, um, also I want to send prayers to Shamia on that episode, which brought tears. Her husband called her and was telling her that the baby was sick. She has a baby that has a lot of, medical challenges. And so um, I pray that the baby is getting well and getting healed. Um, I just pray for her, and I pray for her and her husband for strength. And I hope that they have a good support system and good health team, doctors that care. So anyways, but you know, I am that just broke my heart. So I am praying for you, Shamia, and thank you guys. This is a very long video. I have so much to say, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. Mwah. Bye.